He isn't on Instagram, he doesn't drive a Lamborghini, he meditates, reads poetry, and avoids interviews. Yet this quiet man built one of the most powerful technology empires on Earth. His name is Ren Zhengfei, the founder of Huawei, the monk billionaire who outsmarted Silicon Valley. In the next 20 minutes, we'll uncover how a humble engineer from rural China took on the world's biggest companies and won through discipline, innovation, and a mindset the West could barely understand. The origin. Ren Zhengfei was born in 1944 in a tiny mountain village in Guizhou Province, China, one of the poorest regions in the country. His parents were school teachers, poor but educated, and they taught him one thing early: discipline is freedom. After graduating in civil engineering, Ren joined the People's Liberation Army as a technician during China's industrial boom. He was not a soldier with a gun, but a builder with a slide rule, tasked with bringing modern electronics to a nation still recovering from poverty. By the mid-1980s, China was changing. Deng Xiaoping's reforms were opening the door to private business. But Ren, by then in his 40s, had just been laid off from a state project that collapsed. Most men his age would accept defeat. He started over. The first seed. Shenzhen in 1987 was a wild frontier, a fishing village turning into the Silicon Valley of China. Ren borrowed 21,000 yuan, about $5,000, and founded Huawei. No venture capital, no foreign investment, no fancy office, just a small room selling telephone switches. He called the company Huawei, meaning China achieves. While others imported Western equipment, Ren had a different idea: learn the technology, then build better ones. "We must walk the hard road to independence," he told his employees. In those days, Chinese telecom firms were laughed at, cheap imitators of Japan and the US. But Ren believed that discipline and engineering excellence could beat marketing gloss. The monk mindset. Inside Huawei, Ren built a culture more like a monastery than a startup. Employees worked 12-hour days, often living inside the campus. Every morning began with a meeting of reflection. What did we fail at yesterday? His desk was simple, his salary modest. He shared dorms with engineers and banned luxuries inside the company. He famously said, "To lead is to serve, to suffer first, and enjoy last." This ascetic approach earned him the nickname, the Monk CEO. Western executives flew first class. Ren Zhengfei took economy and spent the difference on R&D. While Silicon Valley chased stock options and media hype, Huawei chased technical perfection and customer trust. Rising against the giants. By the 1990s, Huawei had mastered switching technology and began building its own telecom equipment. Competitors like Cisco, Nokia, and Ericsson saw Huawei as a minor player. They laughed at the idea that a Chinese company could compete in network hardware. But Ren was playing a different game: long-term innovation. He reinvested 20% of Huawei's revenue back into research, an unheard-of number even by Silicon Valley standards. Slowly and silently, Huawei out-engineered its rivals. In 2009, Huawei surpassed Ericsson to become the world's largest telecom equipment manufacturer. While Silicon Valley talked about apps and startups, Ren was laying the foundations for the global internet itself. By 2015, Huawei was in over 170 countries with $120 billion in annual revenue. But success invites attention, and attention brings trouble. The tech war.
China.
In 2018, the US government accused Huawei of espionage and banned its equipment from American networks. The company was blacklisted, its global partnerships cut off, and Google services were stripped from Huawei phones. For most companies, that would have been the end, a death sentence in the tech world. But Huawei's founder, Ren Zhengfei, faced the storm with extraordinary calm. During a rare press conference, he said, "The world cannot turn its back on light. If we are blocked from the West, we will shine elsewhere." Instead of collapsing, he redirected the company's focus inward. Huawei began developing its own chips, its own operating system, and its own supply chain from scratch. Thousands of engineers worked tirelessly to eliminate foreign dependencies. Every challenge became an opportunity for reinvention. Within just 2 years, Huawei introduced Harmony OS and its own semiconductor design division. Solid evidence that adversity can inspire innovation. What was meant to cripple Huawei instead ignited its greatest transformation. Ren proved that when pushed to the edge, innovation isn't a choice, it's survival. The monk's philosophy of power. Despite being one of the most influential figures in modern technology, Huawei's founder, Ren Zhengfei, lives like a monk. He resides in a modest apartment in Shenzhen, avoids luxury, and drives no flashy cars. He has no social media presence, no private jets, and no hunger for public fame. His office is filled not with trophies or tech gadgets, but with books on philosophy, history, and ancient Chinese literature. Ren often quotes Sun Tzu's The Art of War rather than Steve Jobs. His philosophy is simple but profound. True power lies not in profit, but in resilience. When you are weak, train your mind. When you are strong, help others rise, he says. This mindset blends Confucian humility with military precision. Ren believes ego destroys innovation, and humility sustains it. While other CEOs chase valuations and headlines, he prioritizes focus, silence, and technical excellence. He built Huawei not as a symbol of wealth, but as a fortress of knowledge and endurance. His leadership style shows that real influence comes from discipline, not dominance. Through this monk-like simplicity, Ren shaped a company that thrives under pressure and finds peace in persistence. The global impact. Today, Huawei stands as one of the most powerful technology companies on Earth, despite facing some of the harshest restrictions ever placed on a corporation. Its equipment forms the backbone of telecommunications in more than half the world. From rural villages in Africa to sprawling metro systems in Europe, Huawei connects over 3 billion people daily. Its 5G infrastructure has redefined communication speed and accessibility across continents. Even though it remains blocked in the United States, Huawei's reach continues to grow, proving that innovation cannot be contained by borders. Ren Zhengfei never sought to defeat Silicon Valley. His goal was deeper, to prove that discipline, technical mastery, and long-term vision could rival even the world's most celebrated tech ecosystems. Today, Huawei became a symbol of technological sovereignty, showing that nations could build their own paths without relying on the West. It inspired a generation of engineers to believe in homegrown innovation. While political tensions painted it as a threat, Huawei's global impact told another story, one of resilience, collaboration, and the unshakable pursuit of progress. In the end, Huawei didn't just survive the tech war, it redefined what it means to lead in a connected world. The lesson. What can we, in the West, learn from the monk billionaire? That leadership is not about noise, but clarity. That innovation is not about luck, but discipline. That resilience, not hype, builds empires that last. In an era of short-term thinking, Ren Zhengfei reminds us that the quietest man in the room often has the loudest impact. He didn't beat Silicon Valley by playing its game. he built his own. This is the Untold Entrepreneur. Subscribe for more stories that reveal how vision and discipline can reshape the world.